at the Lake Metro Parks Farm Park as an agricultural trades worker, which I am in charge of the heavy horse division, and I also run a produce stand on the side.
I am a receptionist at a veterinary clinic, and I help do their pharmaceuticals. Not anybody that I know personally.
Nobody I know personally has contracted it.
I'm a fleet manager. I work for 2 fire departments.
I am employed at a carbide plant. 3 of my co-workers at work had contracted the COVID.
Future son-in-law's stepfather.
I'm a nurse. I've been a nurse for 23 years, and I've been working at the same nursing home for approximately 20. Unfortunately, I have met somebody who actively had it. I took care of that patient. He was a resident, long-term care resident at the nursing home, and I saw what he went through, and I was there for his final hours. He was an elderly gentleman. He contracted it, and he developed symptoms pretty quickly there.
I think we could have prevented it a lot more. I think it was out in our community a lot earlier than what they thought it was not going to spread as quick as it did. I think it actually started back in early summer last year when people were getting sick and the doctors didn't know what they had. They had breathing issues and stuff like that, and I think that we could have caught it a lot sooner. I think when China and everybody else had it, we should have started doing something then.
I feel that they could have done a little bit better. They did better than some places, but I felt that the reaction time was a little bit late. I thought that along with the mandation of masks should have been a little sooner also. I felt that was handled a little bit too much further into the future there. And then as far as catching up, I thought they did pretty good then. Afterwards, they had a requirement for masks, and I think that they handled it after that decently.
I think if you'd have informed people and let people make their own decisions instead of mandating the masks and mandating the stay-at-home orders, I think if you would have given people the facts, people would have made the right choices.
I think they took it overboard a little bit by enforcing masks to everyone. I don't think was completely necessary. I think they did a decent job of keeping everybody healthy.
I probably wouldn't have closed as much stuff or made everything so regulated, I guess. It's not a good term for it, but just to help keep things open a little bit and not slow down the economy so much.
I think the county fairs are a big thing. I think there's a lot of money that was lost between the vendors, the amount of kids that didn't show up. There were also some of the national events that have been canceled throughout the country. All traveling has basically stopped, so all the travel destinations are hurting. So there's a lot has been damaged in the economy. It's going to take a long time to bring back.
Well, we weren't allowed to have any of the county fairs or any of the 4-H events that we normally have. So the kids really suffered in our counties. They were not able to show their projects and, have an outlet to be able to do things. They're not allowed to go to school. That hurts them all emotionally and physically, and their learning abilities and their socialization. I think, the repercussion of all this will come forward in the next couple of years.
Honestly, I haven't seen a whole lot of difference personally other than wearing the mask, and at work, we work the 5 days and then we're only open to the public for 2. But at the produce stand, it has almost doubled our amount of customers that come through daily.
I think it's made my life a little bit more difficult. It's hard to remember to bring my mask everywhere, to make sure I have extra ones for all the people who don't bring their masks. And it's made my work life a little bit more difficult. We spend a lot more time in between patients cleaning and just making sure everything is as sterile as possible.
Well, I've been tested 3 times for COVID. I guess it's not a totally bad thing. I found out that I have an underlying health condition that I wouldn't have known about since I never go to the doctors.
Well, unfortunately, at my job, I caught the virus on April the 9th. I caught it from one of the residents, and I was in the emergency room when I found out I had it. I was quarantined for 14 days. During the quarantine, it is a lot of worrying about the health, worrying about complications that some arose. But after the quarantine, then worrying about getting it all out of my system, worrying about whether or not I can catch again after being exposed to it.
Well, I kind of have a mixed opinion. I can't stand wearing them. I don't think they're healthy for us. To have to ingest your own CO2 for 8, 10, 12 hours out of a day. But there has to be something to them because, like I said, there's been 3 of my coworkers that had COVID, and we all work within a 45 feet area of one another, and you pass each other continuously through the day, and none of us contracted it. So I'm saying they have to have some benefit, even though we don't want to wear them, and we can complain about them all the time. It gives us something to complain about, I guess.
As far as the mask requirement goes, I am all for it. Do I like it? Do I like wearing a mask? No, wearing it feels suffocating at times. But the truth of the matter is that wearing a mask, and if another person's wearing a mask, your chances decrease. That does not mean you're guaranteed you're not going to get it. But if 2 people are not wearing masks, your chances increase. So with that said, I am for wearing masks for as long as it takes, and I just hope that they can come up with a vaccine or something so the numbers go down. But I am all for wearing masks